anytime you're going to have a decade of dysfunction, Caleb, I think it's safe to say that you're going to have some hurt feelings. Fair?
Fair. Totally fair.
I mean, I would hope that guys were upset about not winning more during that decade of dysfunction. Jarrett Guarantano reaches out to Tennessee fans, and kind of everybody is doing it now. And everybody did it in 2022 when maybe they had their feelings hurt a little bit and they didn't know who this Josh Heupel guy was. And, but they're going to come back a little bit. I say just stay gone. I mean, if you weren't a part of Tennessee's program and proud to wear the Power T in 2018 or 2019, just cruise. Program will be just fine without you. Not to Jarrett Guarantano, it's specifically, not him, just to anybody else. If you're just doing it now to get, I don't know, a few more influencer ad campaigns, just cruise. Caleb, is that hardcore?
No, but like you said, it depends on the person. You're right. So like we said, Arian Foster, be gone. Arian Foster was throwing shots at Tennessee during the decade of dysfunction, threw Philip Fulmer under the bus when he was like, I took money from Tennessee, and, they had no problem doing those things. And then all of a sudden, when Tennessee is beating Alabama, he wants to come back in. It was pathetic. I'm just going to be honest. It was pathetic.
Agreed.
Not the same for Jarrett Guarantano. Jarrett Guarantano was at Tennessee for 5 years, had 2 different head coaches, had 4 different offensive coordinators. The only time he entered the next year with the same offensive coordinators a year before was 2020 when he had Jim Chaney, and then it was the COVID year, so then a lot of things were messed up on their own. He dealt with a lot at Tennessee. Butch Jones first threw him in as a starter in 2017 against South Carolina when South Carolina was led by Will Muschamp. Say what you want about Will Muschamp, Dave, but I think even you would agree he's a great defensive mind.
Well, and I'll take you back a step further. I think this is where you started seeing Butch Jones first learn the missteps of recruiting. Do you remember this is the one where they did with the green screen and they did the Guarantano announcement in the center of
Times Square, right?
Times Square, remember?
Yep.
Remember that? Okay.
Yep.
And I think that built up excitement, which is good for a coach, but I also think if Butch Jones is smart, he learned that when you inflate those recruiting notions and they get really full, they make a big pop. They don't just drizzle down, Caleb.
No, that's true. And so he threw Guarantano out for his first start against South Carolina when he was desperately trying to save his job. Didn't work out. Jeremy Pruitt comes in, starts Guarantano for 3 years. Guarantano's benched and brought back in multiple times in 2019. It just ends badly. Then he goes to Washington State for a year, and then he goes to the NFL, and he does get NFL money. Jarrett Guarantano has never thrown shots at Tennessee fans. He's never said anything negative about them. He's never said anything negative about Tennessee. I think Jarrett Guarantano just dealt with a lot when he was here or when he was in Knoxville. Let's not forget, he also played 1 year with just a makeshift, terrible offensive line and could not stay up and kept getting wrecked. I think when you take everything into account, I think that Jarrett Guarantano should honestly be welcomed back with open arms and kind of welcome back in a way of thank you for leading Tennessee through that rough time and having to deal with all that because it's not your fault. And, I know I'm seeming as hypocritical because I can't stand Tyler Bray, who also led Tennessee through a tough time, but Tyler Bray had the worst intangibles and just didn't seem to care at all if he won or lost. I can't really say the same thing with Jarrett Guarantano.
I think the tougher one is Jefferson. Excuse me. Name. Help me.
The quarterback?
No. Played receiver for Tennessee. Played
Jennings?
for the Niners. Jennings. I think the real question is the Jennings question. You remember when he had, before the Vanderbilt game, he had the meltdown?
Yep, and he had every right to have the meltdown. I'll totally side with him.
Okay. Well, at the time, I didn't feel as sure. But now, given that he's put together a whole slate of work for his career, I think we would all feel more sure if Jauan Jennings told his offensive coordinator to go get jumped tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Jauan Jennings is one of the best leaders this team ever had. Yeah. And he should be not just, that's a great point. Guarantano should be welcomed but never celebrated. But Jennings, Guarantano's go-to receiver, should be welcomed and celebrated. He was that good. I mean, Jauan Jennings was an incredible leader. He loved Tennessee. I mean, it was just Jauan Jennings deserves all the love possible, but Guarantano should be welcome back.
Well, and when you welcome some of these people back when they're quarterbacks or coaches, do they get too much of the brunt of welcoming them back for like the entire time they were gone?
You think they get over-welcomed back?
Well, no, I think that there are people you said, hey, guess what? Big matchup on Saturday. Tennessee plays Montana State. And you say, why should I get excited about that? Well, they're going to celebrate the Dooley years, and it should be pretty awesome. And they're going to do the Dooley years. And so we should go and we'll have fun. So
that's never going to happen, Dave.
Okay.
They are never going to celebrate Derek Dooley.
I think they should think about it.
That's
you never weighed in on my Philip Fulmer statue idea, by the way.
Yeah, I did. I don't like statues. I'm not a fan of them. Statues deify people.
Okay.
So Fulmer welcome back is one thing. Majors welcome back is one thing, even though they were both fired. Dooley was fired after 3 straight losing seasons. Butch Jones was fired after a complete meltdown in 2017 where people were wanting Tennessee to lose just so he would get fired. Okay, like those two are totally different. But come on, like Derek Dooley, no one's welcoming him back. No one's welcoming Jeremy Pruitt back. No one's welcoming Butch Jones back. And no one's welcoming Lane Kiffin back unless they rehire him.